Hello, everybody. This week I'm going to talk more about parenting stress and how we can act mindfully in our daily lives. Now, as it turns out, when we're dealing with strong emotions, the fear center of our brain can take over, which can make it hard for us to think properly on how to respond to that situation that's stressing us out. And then our emotions can hijack us, and then we respond in a way that we did not intend for. However, with mindfulness, if we take a pause and then identify what we're feeling at that present moment, then our better judgment can take over and we can make a much better choice when we respond to others. Now, one of the biggest misconceptions about mindfulness is that it teaches you to ignore strong emotions, but mindfulness does just the opposite. We still feel those strong emotions, but instead of reacting to them, we stop and we reflect on our feelings, why we feel that way, and how we should best respond. Unfortunately, the reflection part is difficult because of that fear center of the brain. But the important thing is that you identify your emotion and take the time to cool down. And that brings me to some strategies that we can use when we feel overwhelmed.
One strategy you can use to prevent feeling overwhelmed is to break down what you have to do each day and slow down. When you do one thing at a time, you're able to stay in the moment and you can protect your mental well being so that you don't end up feeling exhausted before the end of the day. It is also really important to take breaks because when you're feeling mentally exhausted, it's hard to be the wonderful giving parent that you are because you have nothing left to give because you're so overwhelmed and stressed. So it's important to recognize moments when you're feeling mentally depleted and stop and think about what you need in that moment. Lastly, another strategy to avoid feeling overwhelmed is to understand that we cannot be perfect parents. We always want the best for our children, but we cannot be perfect at all times. And self compassion for yourself will help your children learn to deal with their own imperfections as well.